Hey everyone, it is Dana here with Love Sola Flowers, and we have a tutorial tonight. It is a craft tutorial, so we will make sure that we wait for a few minutes while people get the notifications to come on and watch us. And I'm back here in New Jersey, as you can tell, and I had so much fun at the warehouse in Love Sola Flowers, where they are working very, very hard to bring you super high quality flowers as fast as they can. So I know some of you ordered cases during our big case sale. I ordered a ton too, and I hope you're enjoying that. And this is just a way to use your flowers here in our tutorial tonight is just an example. And you can catch our videos not only on our business page here under video section, but if you need to search a title, Facebook doesn't let us title them, so you can go to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/lovesolaflowers. Hi everyone. Also, we have our community group. If you're not a part of that and you'd like to share and get either advice if you have questions, or if you just want to share some things that you've come up with, that is facebook.com/groups/lovesolaflowers. So yes, and Love Sola Flowers is LUV Sola Flowers for any of you who may be new. And hey everybody, I see you. We are also having an up to 70% off sale. That's on our best sellers, so you can check it there on lovesolaflowers.com. That is our website. So we're all over the place, and it's a fun time to get together on our tutorial nights and talk about different things we come up with. And tonight's tutorial, yes, it's a craft, but it's also like a problem-solving solution type thing. So in a few minutes, I'm just going to give it just a couple more minutes. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about why, hi Kim, why I am showing you how to do this, okay? Because I think about all the time the best way to do things sometimes if you're reusing them, if you're renting them, or if you're a bride who needs some ideas to maybe recoup some money. So we're going to talk about why tonight's craft is really good for a few different reasons, not just looking pretty. So, okay, I'm going to start. If anybody's catching this on the replay, feel free to ask questions, and I'll come back and reply to your questions in the comment section, and we'll just get to it. So, why I'm doing tonight's tutorial. Okay, number one, we are going to do something that is removable, okay? So number one, reason why removable is good, because you can change seasons. So if it's something if it's something for your own house, let's say it's for your own house and you want something that can change with the seasons, removable is a smart idea. You could also offer this as options if you sell home decor. You can offer all the different seasons and you can kind of upsell there. So it's a good type of thing also to be able to upsell something you're already making for somebody. So removable is good. Number two, reason why removable is good. If you are renting pieces, if you're a business and you are renting out pieces, it's a good way to be able to not have to kind of mess with a base of some kind every single time. But it's something that, you can remove on and off. And number three, if you are a bride and you are trying to save money, removable is a good way to be able to just take off your flowers and you can sell the base, and recoup some of your money for that in brides pages and things like that. So 3 reasons that I really feel like removable is a good solution. So you might ask, what are we removing? So I'm going to actually make the piece, and I'm going to kind of surprise you at the end by sticking it on and off. And but we are going to do a piece that can be put on either a lantern or a bird cage or anything kind of metal. So some of those stands, like candelabra type things, all of that kind of stuff are usually metal and they're magnetic. Okay, so whatever it's going to be for this specific tutorial is for magnetic items, and it's going to be able to take on and off. So again, you can sell your bases. So you're not on a replay, Jackie. I'm here live. you're watching it live. So I have a bird cage, but I'll show you how it's going to go on after I actually make the pieces. and then I'm gonna show you different ways to do things and how much fun it's gonna be. So again, we do have our sale on lovesoloflowers.com. If you don't get notifications for our videos, make sure you follow us and fix the notification section. Okay, so what I have here, I don't know if you can see it, is a round magnet, and it is a very strong magnet. Let me just make sure my side is right. Okay, so it's a very strong magnet. These ones are from Amazon. You can get them a little bit bigger, but depending on where we're going to remove them or not, you don't want to go too big because you don't really want it to be seen from the other side. So everything is going to be built off of this little magnet piece. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 of them for what I'm going to show you at the end. Okay, I'm going to show you how taking them on and off is really smart idea for something like this. So I've got some Willow Eucalyptus. And again, we're going to be building on this little magnet. Make sure you get a really strong magnet, okay? Don't get those little weaky, you know, they fall off if they, you know, you tap them. So you want to make sure you're getting a nice strong magnet. Now I'm going to take this Willow Eucalyptus that we sell here on Love Sola, and I'm going to put hot glue directly to my magnet, and I'm going to put my very first starter piece. Now, again, on my magnet, I can't glue a stem or something on it, so I have to at least start with a leaf. So I'm gonna do that, and I've got some other fillers here as well. But I have a bunch of leaves, and basically I'm gonna pull all the leaves off, okay? This is my Willow Eucalyptus from Love. Oh yeah, that's so cute. So I'm going to be making a trail of greenery based off of this very first piece that I put down. And again, it's all starting at a magnet, a little bitty round magnet. So if you're just joining us and you're like, what is she making? I do have a magnet there. And I'm just gonna make some greenery coming down, making its way. I'm gonna put this one in the back a little bit. Something that kind of trails itself down, okay? Again, I know it's hard to imagine what this is gonna be, but I wanted it to be kind of a surprise. I didn't wanna like show you and then build it on it or anything. I wanna show you how cute this is gonna look. And I'm just gonna keep making a trail down. Now, at the end, if we need more or not, once we put it on our actual thing, then we can see if we need, you know, more leaves somewhere or not, but I think we're pretty good. Yeah, let me sneak and see if this is a good size. Yep, it's a good size. Okay, so look, I made a little trail of leaves. Now you don't have to use, you know, obviously this exact greenery, but you're gonna want something leafy that's gonna be able to hold it nice and tight, because if it's very wispy, sometimes the flowers won't stick on it easily. So I just made myself a little droopy thing here. Okay, that is step 1. Now, step 2, we're gonna start with a big flower on the top, and we're gonna trail with minis going down, not all the way down to the bottom, but we're gonna do a little bit of a trailing type look. So again, we're starting all at this top point where my magnet is underneath. Now, I gotta press hard. So I'm gonna hold it upside down, okay? Let's make sure we're good and glued, okay? Because if you're not good and glued, then when you flip it and everything, it's gonna fall apart. Okay, so we've got some more purple. So I've got purple flowers and some raw flowers, and I've got some more greenery and some blues. I'm gonna put some blues with this purple. So what I'm gonna do, again, is work my way trailing down, not in a straight line. So whenever you cascade flowers or something down, you never want to just go in a direct straight line. You're wanting to make kind of like little bundles, and you're going to be a little asymmetrical, and you're just going to work yourself down, trailing down. And we've got some greenery as well. I poked myself, like I have a joke that I have to bleed on every single time that I do anything crafty or anything. I just poked myself with a wire. So if you see blood coming out, I know it's there. I'm just ignoring it because at this point in my life, I gotta always ignore it. But I always burn or bleed or something somehow. So it's just the story of my life. Okay, so I'm gonna keep trailing just a little bit. And I'm gonna come out this side too. And again, we can now build off of each other here. Instead of just the leaves even, you can actually build off other flowers too. Tracy, I don't like this flower there. I'm gonna use a rosebud. I actually literally am the clumsiest person. Everybody who knows me is like, I don't know how you've survived living to 41 years old, because like literally I like stub my toe every day. I cut myself with a knife. People think I'm like abused and beaten because like I got bruises, because I get bruises because I run into doorways. It's just, I am a mess. I am so clumsy. Oh, that's true too. You could do something like that. Okay. So I know it looks kind of funny now, but we've got other greeneries coming in to give it some little life here. So I pulled off some of our hops from our cascading hops. And I got just the buds. And I'm going to glue those guys on. Now again, you can do these Christmassy. You can do them for Easter with a little bunny on them. I mean, the sky's the limit when it comes to, you know, how you're gonna do these. If you want them to be obviously according to your wedding colors and such. But the thing is that you can switch it up. So have fun doing all different things. Yeah, I do like, are you always bruised too? When I was little, people used to ask me if my parents like beat me, and they were like, we can't even take you out because people used to think that I was abused. So that was that story. And I'm like, no, I just always bump into things and I'm just the clumsiest thing in the world. All right, now I'm gonna put some of our, there's dried baby's breath. And I'm gonna add this. This is blue. Okay. And again, you can use all different types of greenery to make, you know, this cascading effect. The top part with the big flower, you know, you want it to be a little fun up there as well. So I'm gonna, after I put this in, I'm gonna show you again what it looks like right now. And again, when it's on its own, it looks a little silly, you know, because it doesn't look like it's meant to be anything. But so just so we get an idea of what we're doing, we're moving down. We're gonna add our fun little colored fillers as well. And again, I know that it feels like, oh, what's the purpose? What are we going for, the shape or whatever? But you will see in a minute. But the point is to make this piece cascading. Now again, this is for things that are like lanterns. What I'm gonna be putting this on is actually a bird house. Not a bird house, what do they call them? Bird cage. And the bird cages are fun for like card. A lot of people use them for cards and like, what do you call them? Like gift card section or whatever you can put for your wedding. But a lot of people are doing lanterns, but we've done so many lanterns, I thought I would just show a different style that this would be good with. Again, we're building this all off of a magnet, one strong magnet. And now I'm going to add some of my star flower that's blue as well. I'm gonna put this in between some of my flowers because I can sneak these little guys in there. I just thought the blue and purples were pretty. And these little guys, the star flowers, if you bundle them up, however you want it, and then you just break the stems, that's the best way to get these little bundles. And I got this little bundle, and I'm just gonna put the glue on the end, and I'm gonna stick it right where I need it. I love star flower. I use star flower so much in all the different colors. And it's one of my favorite fillers because, you know, with wood flowers, it's always nice to add little blooms that you can't get, you know, these little mini things. But you get to have a real flower that's super, super teeny tiny. And you get to have that look. And have it look so real. But the star flower, I've tried star flower other places. Falls apart, it breaks. So if you've tried star flower other places and you say to yourself, I'm not gonna try Love Sola's star flowers because I've had bad experiences, I promise you our star flower is different than other places. It is strong, you can push it, it can stand up on its own, it doesn't shed. Right, Tracy? Or like as little daisies, if people like daisies in their thing, their work, if you use like the natural colors and things. I love them around Valentine's too, because you can do like white roses, but still give some color. But if you've tried others and you're scared to try ours, I promise you they are strong and they are high quality. They're not like other people's. We found a very good quality place. Love Sola is definitely always, it's why I chose them to be my supplier. I know some people ask me if Love Sola is my company. So Love Sola is not my company. I own my own business. And I do a lot of weddings. But Love Sola is my supplier. And I just loved them so much that it made sense for me to be able to help those of you who buy from the same supplier how to make stuff out of it. But I wouldn't ever, because again, this is like my business is obviously my name on it. I would never use products that I didn't think were as high as quality as what I wanted to be producing myself at the end. So when I tell you that I use these things because they're the best high quality pieces, it's not because it's my company or I have to say it. I say it because it's the reason I chose Love Sola as my supplier. Because I want to make sure that every time I send something to somebody that's already made, that the products it's made out of are the highest quality that I can offer. And so Love Sola is my supplier. They are not my employer or any of that, or my business. But they are definitely the reason I feel confident to charge the prices I charge and to buy the amount of things that I need. It's just, it's good to feel confident in the quality of the business that you're gonna be buying from. So if you haven't tried us, I promise you, you will not be, sorry if you try some things. If you want to start off small, a lot of times the little assortment packs are like a 50 assortment pack. It gives you lots of sizes and styles just to try out. But we also, if for any of you who haven't noticed, we did put the 1,000 pack until we sell out on the website as well. Okay, so here's my little cascading piece. Again, this is all on a magnet, okay? So do you see I'm asymmetrical? I like to be asymmetrical. Here, let me see if I can hold it back here. Okay, now let me show you. I'm gonna pull in my bird cage, but I have one more magnet, so we're not done yet, but I'm gonna show you what we are building. Okay, so let's just say this is your lantern, or if you're gonna do a bird cage like me, this part just goes on the top and the magnet sticks right to it. Look. Now, if it's easier for you to build it when it's on it, kind of, you know, you could keep taking it on and off, but I was pretty confident that I could get the shape that I was looking for. So look, right? So here's my bird cage, super uber fancy. And let's say it's Christmas. Bye. Let's say you're someone, like I said, who sells at craft shows. You can sell the magnet pieces separately. Christmas, Easter, Valentine's, whatever you want to do. Again, lanterns or bird cages or anything, obviously magnetic. But we've got the topper piece, but we have one more piece for this. So I'm going to put this one to the side and build the second piece that we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to do the second piece. So this one, I'm only going to use one piece of greenery here, maybe two, let's see. Let me see, make sure. Make sure you test your magnet out and make sure you have the right, this like sticky side, not sticky, but you know what I mean, like the correct side down. Okay. Yeah. No. Yes. So if you are using a wood lantern, that's a good point, actually. Let me show you. Well, now I already made my magnet. But if you are using a wood something or anything else you want to use magnets, you just glue the one magnet down first, and then you can attach your pieces. But the reason why I showed this kind without it is if someone is going to try to resell the base. So for instance, I'm a bride and I spent $200 buying metal lanterns or bird cages, and I had my wedding, and I don't mind just taking my flowers off, but I want to sell the lanterns and the bird cages, and I know they'll go real fast in a bridal thing, then it will be, you know, easy to just take your thing off and sell them and they're not damaged. Or again, if you're renting a piece and you don't know where you want to decorate it next time. But if you are doing something wooden or something that's not magnetic, then you just use two magnets. One magnet you glue to the item you're building, and the other magnet obviously is what's going to be your flower piece. So I'm going to continue to make this. Actually, let's make, hold on. I just got to get my right angle here. Okay, so I've got my leaves. Again, you could use whatever leaves you want. You can use regular silver dollar, eucalyptus. You don't even need to use leaves if you just want flowers. But to cascade down, obviously you need to have some backing. But on this bottom piece, you don't have to put greenery if you feel like it's too much. But I'm just going to actually use one big flower. But I need to put all the rest, because it's only one flower, I need to put my greenery and filler on first. Okay. Yes, the polar opposites. I used to love magnets even as a kid. I would play with them. They're such a fun fidget too. You know how like all the kids are into fidgets? Magnet stuff is always something that's kind of fun. So I'm getting my little blue bundle here. And I'm going to put that on first because I'm only going to do one big flower for this bottom piece. So I'm getting my little bundle together here, and then I'm just going to break the stems at a low point here. Okay, I'm going to just pop that off. Okay, I'm going to put some glue down. Again, there's a magnet underneath these leaves if you're just joining us. Also, as a reminder for anybody who is jumping on, we're having an up to 70% off on lovesoloflowers.com. A little trick if you see me doing this. If you need to press down on hot glue and you don't want to burn yourself really bad, I mean, I'm not even sure I can feel it anymore, but if you don't want to burn yourself bad, if you just lick your finger, I know it sounds gross, but if you lick your finger and you touch it, it cools it immediately, and it lets you press down into the hot glue without burning yourself. So if you lick your finger and you press down into the glue, it won't burn. That's just a little tip for those of you who can't wait for the glue to dry. Like me, I'm very impatient. I want to keep going. And so that way you don't have to wait. Okay, I'm gonna put some glue on the end of this flower, and I'm gonna stick it right at the base. And I'm gonna get my angle good. Again, I just wipe it away and it doesn't burn. Maybe that's a trick I shouldn't say out loud. Might be embarrassing myself a little bit, but we all have random tricks of the trade that are a little weird, right? Everybody else have something weird? How about we talk about that? What are weird things that you do that you really don't want people to know about? The other weird thing, if you know me, and if you've seen my videos in the past, whenever I have plastic greenery, I always just bite it into shape. By the time I get my clippers and my scissors, yeah. But you know that germs only live 24 hours, so there are no germs going out, I promise. No germs are going out on my items. But I just like to be very fast, and so some of that makes some weird things that I do. But it's all about what it looks like, right? So, all right, so I put my other one on like that, okay? So I don't need to go crazy with flowers down here. I did my little cascade sprouty thing on one side. And I got my one flower on the corner. You know, you could put it around whatever side you want. I always like a top cascade and a little bottom. And it's nice too because you can adjust it, you know, like you can move it. Obviously I'm doing it backwards and on the screen, but this would be a bird cage, obviously. I actually had a blue bird. I should have put him inside. I had a little blue bird, but I don't have him right upstairs. But you could put, again, cards and gift cards and things and make this something. But again, you know, you just literally remove it. You've never messed with your base. These flowers are obviously very light. So the magnet, if it's a strong magnet, you don't have any problems. Even with all of this stuff on it, it doesn't slide. But I just love it because you can keep changing it. And it's so great to either, like I said, be a bride that can sell the bird cages on their own if they're not confident in the fact that someone's going to buy it with their colors or something. But then also you have to, you know, think about the switching out, which is good for businesses because you could always just keep upselling people that I have to sit on the floor to design. Huh. That's funny. Yeah, a lot of times I have to throw things on the floor, actually. So when I design something, I actually have all the greenery like in my lap, and then I throw it on the floor. I'm sitting on the couch and I look down and I do things on the floor like that too. But I'm not sitting on the floor. I'm not in shape enough to get up and down that much. But yeah, so I hope you like this idea. And again, then you could always use these as like actual magnets or things like that. If you're a bride trying to just sell your bases. And then you can use these things for magnets and other things. And the switching out. And what was my other point? Why it works. Selling the bases, switching it out. Oh, and if you're renting pieces. So I know in my business, I just started renting out pieces. And if I could rent these things out, and you can even let them keep their flowers, you know, if you want to say, listen, I'm never going to use, let's say it's this color scheme. And you're like, well, who else is going to ever, you know, have this exact color scheme? You know, you can let them keep them as magnets, and then you take all your bases back and you can just keep doing that the same way. Now, remember one last thing again, as we brought up before, this is metal. So obviously it's magnetic. If it's not metal, you're going to need to put the one magnet down. Now make sure, again, you're building on the correct polar side. So you're going to want to match up your magnets to make sure. But what you're going to do is you either use hot glue if you're confident in the weight of your thing. If not, there's that E3600. What is it? E3600. Whatever that glue is. It's super, super strong glue. I use it for everything. But you can put a little bit of that on your wooden piece so that that magnet never moves. And then you can clip your little things on it with the other side of the magnet. So that is that. And again, you can keep E6000, that's it. I'm like, wait, I thought there was a 3 or something there. It's E6000. You all know it. So I'm glad you all know it. And you could just glue the magnet with that, your original magnet. And then your swapper outers will have the other polar side that can go right on it. 15 centimeters. Yes. So that's another thing too. Good. Another reason why this is good, because if you want to ship this, sometimes if you're trying to ship these, and see how strong that magnet is? It might be hard to wrap them. So you could actually give them the pieces wrapped up in bubble wrap. Another thing, I just thought of this, Sean, too. If you have a business and they are not local to you, so you know they have a magnetic birdcage or lantern, you can just make these pieces, send the pieces, and they'll stick them on. So it's an easier way too. You don't need to even have the bases at all. You don't have to ship them anywhere. They can actually just buy the pieces, leave them at home. You can make these little magnet things and you stick them right on. So that's a good way to send this kind of stuff. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, they want lanterns, but they live in Iowa and I live in New Jersey. So this would be a perfect way to ship, because all I have to do is say, well, you buy the lanterns, you keep them there, and I'll just ship the pieces and you stick them right on in. Yes, metal frame too. That would be perfect too. Again, frames and things like that. Anything that you don't want to ship the base, that would be perfect, right? Oh yeah, Andrea, me either. I stay up till like 2 in the morning working, so. Yeah, I thought these colors were pretty. I thought that blue would bring a nice pop to these like purpley pink colors. So that was fun too. But yeah, you live in Iowa, see? So I just feel like it's another, there's just so many different things that removable and changeable is good for. And so I thought I would show you on just something different, because we always do lanterns. So I wanted to show you on a bird cage. But obviously lanterns are pretty common. But even if it's wood lanterns, you can tell them, you can send them the magnet that goes on their piece. Like send this with 2 magnets on the back, and they can glue the magnet where it's supposed to go, and they can remove it even. So there's just a lot of things you can do to make this work. So that's it. All right, if anyone has any questions, ask now or forever hold your peace. No, just kidding. You can ask whenever you want during replay, a year from now. Sometimes I hear things from a year from now, I'm like, oh, okay. And yes, I am, Carol. Anything having to do with painting and stuff, we talk about in our group. Our group again is facebook.com/groups/lovesoloflowers. And that's where we talk about those kind of things. But yeah, no, I sometimes get messages and comments on videos from years ago, and sometimes things change, but I always answer them. So even if you're on a replay from this long time down the road, don't worry, I will get back to you. And that's it, the glue circles, cute. Do those really stick though? The little glue doodads? Some of those are really strong, so they might stick nice. But a lot of lanterns too, even if they're wood down here, they have like metal tops. So if you make like a handle one, you could do that too. So there's lots of different things to do. But it's fun, even if you do baskets and things like that you want to swipe out. If you do baskets, you know, if you have a big basket that holds your, I don't know, mail, and you want it to look seasonal, this is another good way. Put a magnet on your little basket, and then you just keep swapping out, and it'll always be seasonal, and that'll be cute too. So, all right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you come up with some creative ideas on how to use the removable system. Please post what you make in our group. Again, one more time, facebook.com/groups/lovesoloflowers. And this video will be on our YouTube channel in a few days, and that is youtube.com/lovesoloflowers for that. And that way you can search the title. I didn't know how to title this video, but I think I put something like removable birdcage lantern pieces, because I want you to be able to search those, and you'll have to be able to use the YouTube in order to search by the name of our video. So that is it. I can't wait to see what you guys create, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.